Well guys, this video is on MFJ 1040C. It's a 1.8 to 54 megahertz transceiver preselector preamplifier. The MFJ 1040C transceiver preselector is a high gain RF amplifier which covers 1 to 54 megahertz in 4 bands. It lets you copy weak signals by rejecting out of band signals and images. The unit has switching capability to select one of 2 transceivers and one of 2 antennas for added versatility. There's also a relay which automatically bypasses the amplifier when transmitting up to 155 watts. The amplifier is bypassed when transmitting or when the relay is grounded. I've had this preselector now roughly about 2 weeks, and I've been doing a little bit of I guess experimenting with it, I guess how you call it. I have to say that this transistor preselector works very well. So far I've only had it hooked up and working on 6 meters on my Yaesu FT620B. It brings in the signal quite a lot. I can take a signal from, say, an S3, S5, and I can almost take the same signal and like bring it over S10, S20, 20 over S9. So it increases the signal quite a bit. A lot of people says that these preamplifiers and preselectors, whatever, that they also bring in a lot of static and noise, and they amplify more noise than they do signal. But in this case, me personally, I do believe the MFJ 1040C is a very versatile unit, and it does quite well with the features that it has, and for the performance that it gives to the radio, especially with an older radio like the FT620B. So I just thought I'd demonstrate how the unit works very easily, and I'll show you the difference in S units on my Yaesu 620B versus just the antenna alone with the preselector in the actual radio, and then we'll turn on the MFJ 1040C and see how much more improvement we can make with the signal, and you'll see quite a bit of improvement. I think you'll be amazed at what this little MFJ 1040C can do with a very low signal. So let's just go over quickly the front panel controls on this particular unit. We have the actual gain control, which is the gain, or I guess the receive output of the actual receiver or the preamplifier preselector. You have band selection here between 1.3, 3.7, 7 to 18, and 18 to 54 megahertz. And then you have your tuning control from 0 to 10. You have your delay. You have an attenuator, which is good for very strong signals. You got your antenna selector between antenna 1 and antenna 2, and then you can select radio 1, radio 2, and of course then your power on and off. And I'll just demonstrate on how well this thing actually works. We'll put a signal on the radio here. We'll set all the controls on the unit. We'll set all the controls to 0, and then we'll tune in the signal so you can see for yourself what actually it sounds like. Alright, so we have the receiver for the 620B turned on here now. I have the gain control at 0. I have the band selector put at 18 to 54 megahertz. I have my tune at 0. I have the delay at 2. Antennas on one, radio on one, attenuator off. So now we're going to turn the unit on. Just listen to the background noise on the radio. So now we're going to turn the unit on. You notice the signal drops out. So what we'll do, bring up the gain to half, and now we'll use your tune control, and we'll tune that to the best signal strength on the meter. So the strongest is roughly about 8. The gain is at 12 o'clock, so now we'll move the gain up further. Now you can tell how much stronger the signal is actually sounding. And now we'll just turn the preamp. Now we'll just turn the pre-selector off. And there's a difference. Now we'll do the same thing again, only by watching the S meter. Okay, so right now we have the gain control at 0, and we have the tone or tune control at 0. So what we're going to do, we'll turn on the amplifier. You notice the signal drops a little bit. So we'll take the gain control, put it at half. And now I'm rotating the tune control. And I'll turn the gain on max. And readjust the tune. Now we'll turn the pre-selector off so you can see difference in signal strength. Now the pre-selector is turned off. And that's turned on. Personally, I think this thing works a treat. There you have it. I guess next thing you guys want to see is the guts of an MFJ 1040C. So let's take her into the workshop there, I guess you call it, into the repair bench, and we'll take the cover off the MFJ 1040C and have a look at the internals and what makes her tick. Okay guys, so we have the MFJ 1040C 1.8 to 54 MHz transceiver pre-selector. It'll also work on receivers, mind you. So let's have a little look at the inside of the MFJ 1040C. This is the internal workings. 4 antenna connectors. You have your relay connection, power connection. We'll turn the board around. You've got a couple of light bulbs here. I'm quite sure they probably are there for static purposes. Signal's too high, I'm assuming these would light up. I haven't actually tested that theory as such. Yeah. So this is the soldering side. Solder side of the MFJ 1040C. Not too bad. Don't really like how close that is. Don't like that at all. There might be a cool solder joint on that solder joint there too. Kind of looks that way, huh? What do you think? Doesn't think a bad solder joint to you? Right there. Kind of looks like it to me. Other than that, it's not bad. And then we'll look down in between. Obviously, I'm not going to take this thing all apart, so you can see every little thing, obviously. But we'll look down as much as we can onto the board. There's our inductors for our bands. Gain control. So that one there is your gain. That's your band selector. That's your tune. That's your delay. The board design, which is Rev O. And the copyright's been out since 2004 for this board. I don't know if they're still producing this or not. I would probably assume they are. Tuning. Delay. Let's see, what are they using there for a transistor? J310. There's all your inductors for your bands. Looks like there's a spot down there left open. I don't know if that's for a future expansion or not. Another open spot right there. R17 is open. So there's a couple areas here that the board has never been populated. But yeah. So anyway, that's the inside of the MFJ 1040C. A very cool pre-selector. I have to say, I think it works marvelous. Works very well for what it is. Myself, if anybody was looking for a pre-selector, I think I definitely recommend this to anybody. I think it's a great addition to the shack, for sure.